फिर अभी लाइव सेशन 18 में जाता हूँ, गॉट इट कर देता हूँ। ओके, वो आना चाहिए, वो आया नहीं, वो डब्बा आया नहीं, स्क्रैच स्क्रीन। अच्छा, स्क्रैच स्क्रीन में नहीं गया, स्क्रैच स्क्रीन विंडो, अभी विंडो में जाता हूँ। ओके, वो वाला आया नहीं, कैंसिल करके फिर स्वाइप अप करके भगवद गीता 18 में जाके अभी स्वाइप डाउन करके, नहीं, स्वाइप डाउन करके वर्बलिक रोब में जाता हूँ। ओके, अजय स्क्रैच स्क्रीन में जाता हूँ, विंडो में जाता हूँ। अरे फिर से वही आया, वन सेकेंड, कैंसल। ओके, स्क्रैच स्क्रीन में पहला शेयर स्क्रीन में जाऊं, लाइव सेशन 18 टू यूट्यूब में जाता हूं और विंडो, एक मिनट है, कैंसल, लाइव सेशन 18। ओके, अभी लाइव सेशन 18 स्क्रैच स्क्रीन। अच्छा, शेयर स्क्रीन करने के बाद, विंडो दबाने के बाद वो 18 चैप्टर भगवद गीता नहीं आ रहे वो उस क्रोम स्क्रीन में, तो कैंसिल करके, हाँ
कैंसिल करके स्वाइप अप करो और भगवद गीता में जाओ।
हाँ, मैं किया वो। ओके, वो कर दिया, भगवद गीता आ गया।
फिर स्वाइप अप करो,
स्वाइप अप,
फिर अभी शेयर स्क्रीन में जाओ।
ओके ओके ओके, समझ आ गया। विंडो, भगवद गीता शेयर कर देता हूँ। ओके, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Welcome, 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 welcome to the 18th session of the 18 days Bhagavad Gita course. So, phases, phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, phase 4, phase 5, and phase 6 and phase 7. Phase 7 will talk about Karma Yoga, freedom from Karma Yoga. And then phase 3, we will talk about 5 factors of action and 3 modes of controlled activities and the karma and the karta. That is from intelligence. This will be seen in phase 3, and then we'll go through phase 4, phase 5, phase 6. Very interesting. Let us right now jump into phase 1, freedom from bondage through karma yoga. Again, Krishna will emphasize what is good for Arjuna uh, is to set an example so that people in general will follow him, and they will upgrade themselves from sakam karma to sakam karma yoga to nishkam and karma yoga. So that's what is the need of the time, and Arjuna can do that. That's why Krishna is telling Arjuna, don't rush for tyag. Um, so Arjuna's inquiry, sannyas and tyag, once again will be there, and this subsection again, this section phase 1 can be again divided into 4 subsection for better understanding and easier assimilation. So Arjuna's inquiry about sannyas and tyag. Okay. अर्जुनवाच संन्यासस्य महाभावो तत्त्वम् इच्छामि वेदितुं त्यागस्य च ऋषिकेश पृथक् केशि निषूदन. Oh, hey Krishna, hey Vasudev, hey Keshi Nisudana, what is sannyas and what is tyag? Are they different or they are same? If they are separate, if they have separate meaning, then what are those meanings? You are Keshi Nisudana. So kill the doubt as you have killed the Keshi demon. The doubt is like a demon, and you are Keshi Nandana Nisudana. So kill this doubt like Keshi. You are great Mahabhav, almighty armed, supremely powerful. I am small Mahabhav. Thus we are friends. I am not omniscient, but because of our friendship, I do not hesitate to follow you. Please, please tell me what is the difference between sannyas and tyag. Krishna defines what is sannyas, and Krishna will also tell Krishna and what is tyag, and he gives two opinions on tyag and then his own opinion from slok 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So let us dive into it. Wow. Ka Shri Bhagwan Vacha. Once again, Shri means beautiful. Bhagwan means the most important person. When we say Shri Bhagwan Vacha, the most important person who is very beautiful is going to speak. That means we should pay full importance to this. What the most important person is going to speak. So something important for us, which is for our welfare, our upliftment, our betterment, is going to be spoken by God. So Sri Bhagavana Vacha, that means the most important person is going to speak, and we should pay the utmost, utmost attention. Thus, thus, Krishna says, Kamyanam karmanam nyasham sannyasam kabayo vido sarva karma phalatyagam prabhutyagam vichakshana. Krishna. Arjuna, giving up activities are based on material desire. Is learn is what learned men call as renounced order of life, sannyas. And giving up the result of activities is what the wise call as renunciation. Okay. Giving up activity is called sannyas, and results of activities is called tyag. Tyagam dosham vada iti eke karma prabhur manishina yagyadana tapa karma na tyagam iti chaparam. Some learned men declare that all kind of fruity activities should be given up as faulty. Others suggest maintain that act of sacrifice, charity, and penance should never be abandoned. Yajna, dan, tapa, these activities should not be. Whereas eating is also mentioned in 17th chapter. That should that is not mentioned. Yajna, dan, tapa should never be abandoned. निश्चयं शृणु तत्र त्याग भरत सतमा त्यागो हि पुरुष व्याघ्रः त्रिविध संप्राकीर्तिता. Now you mind judgment about renunciation. O tiger of man, renunciation is declared in the scriptures to be of three kinds. Yeah, there are three kinds of renunciation, tyag. Okay. Oh Krishna, I asked the difference between tyag and sannyas, but your answer is three kinds of tyaga. Please listen, Partha, and I will tell you definitely. Acts of sacrifice, charity, and penance are not to be given up. Yajnadan tapa karma natagam karyam eva tat yajnadanam tapaschaivam pavanani manishinam. So please listen, Partha. I will tell you definitely the acts of sacrifice, charity, and penance are not to be given up. They must be performed. Indeed, sacrifice, charity, and penance purify even the great souls and set a good example for others. Oh, Arjuna, a so bottled sannyas is an excuse for giving up the prescribed duty, whereas tyag is giving up the desire to enjoy the fruit while performing the duty. One should give up the work on the subtle platform in the mind. One should give up the work in the mind and the platform of renouncing, that is the platform of renouncing the fruit, not enjoying the fruit. These activities have the potency to purify the heart, bring to the platform of knowledge, as the lotus has fibers inside, and these three activities have the fiber of knowledge inside, that is yajna, dan, and tap. So these have fiber inside. These three activities have fiber of knowledge inside. Thus, the defect of this world can be overcome without implication. So, in this way, when we do yajna, dan, and tapa, gradually knowledge will increase. All these activities should be performed without attachment or any expectation of result. Etani api tu karmani sangam kyakta phalani cha kartavyani me partha nishchitam matam uttamam. They should be performed as a matter of duty and without expectation or attachment. This is my final opinion. Oh, Arjuna. So, Krishna defines sannyas now. So, there is renunciation in three modes of material nature. Niyat Niyat asya tu sannyasa karmano no papadyate mohatasya parityaga tashmat parikirtita. I Now I will explain three types of sannyas. You asked what is sannyas. So if one gives up the prescribed duties because of illusion, such renunciation is said to be in the mode of ignorance. I have already told that to work is better than renunciation. And if one thinks work is binding and it's better to give up, that is illusion and causes further ignorance. One should be very careful about this. दुःखम इति एव यत्कर्म काय क्लेश भयात्यज स कृत्वा रजसं त्यागं नैव त्यागं फलं लभे. One who gives up the prescribed duties as troublesome or out of fear of bodily discomfort is said to have renounced in the mode of passion. Such action never leads to elevation of renunciation. This passionate person understands the benefit of performing sacrifice, but he thinks by performing it, this is troublesome and will only cause me physical misery. Therefore, I will renounce yajna and tapa. So, that is in the mode of ignorance. कार्यम इति एव यत् कर्म नियतं क्रियते अर्जुन संगम त्यक्ता फलं चैव स त्यागं सात्विको मतः. However, when one performs his prescribed duties only because it is ought to be done and renounces all the material association and attachment to the results, his renunciation is said to be in mode of goodness. So those renunciation in the mode of goodness, they perform activities uh, because it's a prescribed duty has to be done and renounces the result of the activities. O Krishna, what are the symptoms of one who has renounced in the mode of goodness? I want to know more about it because that is the right kind of renunciation. Oh Arjuna, the wise and the true renunciant, you want to know about them? I will tell that the result of renouncing in mode of goodness in slok 10, 11, and 12. Listen carefully, Arjuna, and you will come to know how, what it is. Na dvesheti akushalam karma kushale nanu sajjate tyagi sattva samavishto medavi chinna samsaya. The true renouncer, situated in the mode of goodness, is neither attached to the favorable circumstances nor averse to unfavorable circumstances. Therefore, he has no doubts about how to act dutifully. So he knows what is the duty. Oh Krishna, this is clear. Oh Krishna, this is clear. But what if one forgets the favorable or the unfavorable and just renounce everything? What is wrong with that? Yeah. Nahi deha brita sakyam takta karmani asheshata yastu karma phala tyagi satyagi iti abhidayate. No, Arjuna, one cannot stay even for a moment without being active. But he who renounces the fruits of action is called truly renounced. Arjuna, you understand this? No, Krishna, no, I don't understand. Work without fruits, but fruits will come regardless in some way or other. So, how will one act when the fruits come? Oh, Arjuna, I will tell what should be the mentality. Anistam istam mishram cha trividam karmana phalam bhavati atyaginam preta natu sannyasinam kachit. Oh Arjuna, understand this. For one who is not renounced the threefold fruit of action, that they are desirable, undesirable, or mixed, occur after death, that is Anishtam, Ishtam, Mishram. So, but those who are renounced order of life have no such result to suffer or enjoy. Oh Krishna, how can one work and not get the fruit of the work? I don't understand. Please explain to this to me. I want to know it better and clarify this point. Arjuna, I am saying when one works without false ego, he reaps no fruit from his work. Why don't you understand that? By giving up the sense of devourship and understanding, Krishna, I am the supreme doer. One does not receive any reaction to the work. You should understand this. As long as one has sense of being the doer, one must get some reaction. Give up the false ego. Give up, give up that false ego. And when one works without false ego, he reaps no fruit for his action. Giving up the sense of doership is the name of the game. Whether one calls himself sannyas, brahmachari, grahastha, or who he or she may be. Understand this fact. This is how we will get freedom from bondage, Arjuna. You should understand that who is the doer. Understand there are five factors of action. A person who gets a result, one should understand the causes of all right and wrong actions. There are five factors. Adhisthanam, the body, Karta, the soul, Karanam, the senses, Chesta, the effort, and Daivam, that is the soul. And the doership and non-doership mentality should be understood. So try understand the causes of all right and wrong actions. There are five causes, and they are like this, Arjuna. Pay attention and understand this. Panchaitani mahabhavo karmanani nibodhame Sankhe kritante proktani siddhaya sarva karmana. Oh, Arjuna, according to Vedanta, there are five causes of accomplishment of action. Now, learn this from me. Panchayati Mahabhavu Karanani Nibodha Sankhya Karate Proktani Siddhaya Sarva Karmana. So now learn this from me. Adhisthanam Tata Karta. One should have a body, and in that body there should be a soul, and with that there should be hands and legs, and with that there should be the eagerness to achieve something, that um, endurance should be there, and then the super soul. Adhisthanam tata karta karanam cha pritagvidam vividascha pritag cheshtha daivam cha varta panchanam. First of all, there should be a body. Yeah, there is a body, but if that body is dead, nothing can be done. In that body, there should be the soul. Okay, the body is there, but without hands and legs, he cannot do anything. Yeah. So in the body, that should be the soul, and soul that should be legs and senses for working and senses for not working, senses for running nail. And with this, one should have that endure to attain that goal, that solid feeling that I should achieve something, and he should endure for it. When this four is happening, and everybody is doing that, everybody wants to be rich. They have body, senses, and they are enduring for it. The soul is also there, but they do not become rich because ultimately super soul has to sanction, and when this sanction is there, then one will achieve what he wants. If super soul does not sanction, one will not achieve what he wants. So these are the five factors of action, Arjuna. The Supreme Lord is the ultimate cause and worshipable deity of everyone. The Lord makes everyone perform work. All the senses and the air of the body are controlled by Him. A person who knows these things, I am not the doer, and he is not bound by work. This is what I'm saying. Give up the false ego that I am the doer. Oh Krishna, if the Lord is ultimately the mover, and then is then is the living entity under his control? Does the living entity have any desire, or is he a piece of wood that's moved? If that's true, then why does Shastra tell us to do this and do not do that? This is also against our experience of Krishna. What is the answer? Is the living entity doer or not? Try and try to explain this. Remove this doubt. Oh Keshi Nisudana. Oh Arjuna, please listen as I explain. The Supreme Lord has given the body and the senses and its energy, which is the basis of living entity. The living entity then performs work by his own will, utilizing the body and senses according to his desire. The heart, the super soul perceives the living entity's desire and then instigates into work. The living entity can then utilize his intelligence, read scripture, and decide what to do. He uses the energy of the Supreme Lord according to his own will. Oh, Arjuna, you should understand that whatever right or wrong action he performs by body, mind, or speech is caused by these five factors. Shariravan manobhirya karma prarabhate narah nyayam va vipritam va pancheti tasya hetava. So these are the five factors which by which a person does a right or a wrong action. The mentality is important. Trai tat ray vam sati कर्ताराम आत्मनाम केवलम तु यः पश्यति अकर्ता बुद्धित्वान् न पश्यति दुरान्द्रुमाविति. Therefore, one who thinks himself to be the wali doer and not consider the five factor is not intelligent, Arjuna, and cannot see the reality. He cannot see the unseen, other four factors. Yeah. Yasha na yasha na ahankrito bhavo buddhir yasha na lipyate hatvapi shaivan lokan nahanti na nibadyate. The cause of bondage, O Arjuna, is the feeling that only he himself is the doer. Oh Arjuna, on the other hand, one who is not motivated by false ego, whose intelligence is not thinking himself the doer, though he kills men in this world, he does not. He is not born, even if he kills the entire universe, what to speak of Bhishma, Drona, and Kripa. Oh Krishna, can you explain more to help me understand that I am not the doer? Oh Arjuna, you want to know what the different kinds of karma and karta and different kinds of intelligence? I will tell you that. Please listen carefully. So, so let us dive into phase three: modes of activities, controls all activities, and the beings. Three motivators and the three constituents of action will be there, and knowledge. Three in the three modes of material nature, karma in three modes of material nature, worker in three modes of material intelligence, buddhi in three modes of material, and triti determination in the three modes of happiness in three modes of material nature. So we will see that the motivator and the constitutor in three modes of material nature, knowledge in three modes, work in three modes, worker, karma, karta, buddhi, dhriti, sukam, gyan in three modes of material nature. So let us dive right into it. Seeing the unseen again is the name of the game. Three motivators and the three motivators and the constituent actions, okay, will be explained in slope 18 and 19. Let's dive into it right away. Jnanam geyam parijnata trivida karma chodana karanam karma karteti trivida karma sangraha. Yes, Arjuna, I will explain that. Knowledge and the object of knowledge, jnana and geyam and the knower, yeah, Parijnata are the three psychological uh, factors that motivate action. That is knowledge, object of knowledge, and the knower. The sentence and the verb and the doer are the three practical constituents. That is the hands and legs and the activity, work, and the soul are the three constituents of action. So here we see the constituents which makes motivate action and practical three constituents for practical action. Jnanam karma cha karta cha tri Daiva guna vedata prochete guna sankhena yata avakshinu tanyapi. According to the three modes of material nature, there are three kinds of knowledge, three kinds of action, three kinds of performer of action. Now, carefully hear that from me. Three kinds of knowledge, three kinds of action, and three kinds of karta, the performer of action. That you listen carefully from me. So let us dive right into it. Wow. Seeing the unseen is the name of the game. Sarvabhuteshu yenaikum bhavam avyayam ikshate avibhaktam vibhakteshu tajjnanam vidhi satvikam. That knowledge by which one undividedly, that by that knowledge by which one undivided spiritual knowledge is is seen in all being through the divided into different forms is in the mode of goodness. That means we see the body and we don't see the body only, we see the soul and super soul. So that knowledge which helps us to see the soul and super soul is mode of goodness. Pritakpena tu yajnanam nana Pritak Vedam Veti Sarveshu Bhuteshu Tadyanam Vedi Rajasam. However, when one sees that different bodies with different type of living being, and that is knowledge in the mode of passion. He just sees the body. Oh, this is white body. This is brown bodied, yellow bodied. You know, mode of passion. Yattu Krish यक्षु कृष्णावद एक अस्मिन् कार्ये सक्तम अहेतुकम अतत् वार्तावद अल्पम च तत्तामसम udaritam. The knowledge which is attached to one kind of work as all in all without knowledge of the truth is said to be in the mode of good darkness. Okay, that is, that knowledge only talks about body and nothing else is mode of ignorance. And karma activity in three modes of material nature. Let us dive right into it. Niyatam sangarahitam aragadvesha kritam afala pripsuna karma yat sat satvikam uchyate. That action which is regulated according to the scriptures and is performed without attachment. No, whatever is the fruit, I will offer it to Krishna without love or hatred for anyone, without desire of fruity results is said to be in the mode of goodness. Okay, and that activity yattu kam epsuna karma sahankare navapuna kriyate bahula esham tadrajasam udaritam. But that action performed with great effort by one seeking to gratify his desire and enacted from a sense of false ego is said to be action of mode of action in the mode of passion. It is action of passion. But action performed by great effort for gratifying sense. I will get this post or this upadhi and then I will enjoy. I will get this money and then will enjoy this passion. Okay. Anubandhanam Shayam His Himsam Anek Anapekshaya cha Paurusham Mohad Arabhyate Karma Yattamasam Uchate. That action performed an illusion in disregard of scriptural injunction and without consent of future bondage or distress caused to others is said to be action of ignorance. I will smash this fellow's head. I don't care what happens to him, what happens to me. So that is action in mode of ignorance. And three kinds of uh, workers, karta, Mukta Sangha Anahambadi Driti Utsaha Samanvita Siddhi Asiddhiyo Nirvikara Karta Satvika Uchate. One who performs his duty without false ego, that I am the doer, with great determination and enthusiasm, and without wavering in success or failure, he is said to be worker in mode of goodness. He performs, come what may be, favorable or unfavorable outcome. He will continue getting up early and chanting 16 rounds. Ragi karma phala prepsu lubdo hims atmako atsuchi harsha shokan vita karta rajasa parikritita. But the worker who is attached to work and the fruits of work, desiring to enjoy those fruits, who is greedy, envious, impure, and moved by joy or sorrow, is said to be in mode of passion. Yeah, he is attached. Oh, why I did not get that gold medal, or why I am not getting what I want? Is greedy. I want more, more, and envious. Hey, how did he get it? And so is in mode of passion, action is an actor in passion. अयुक्तः पृथक्स्थाब्धः सतो नैष्कृतिको आलसां विषादी दीर्घसूत्री च कर्ता tamasa uchate. The worker who is always engaged in work against injunction of scripture is obstinate and cheating, materialistic, expert in insulting others, and who is lazy and always morose, procrastinating. Such a worker is in mode of ignorance. So, three kinds of knowledge, three kinds of action, three kinds of actors or workers. Intelligence in the mode of in three modes. Okay, let us right away dive into it. Yeah. बुद्धिर्भेदं धृते चैव गुणान्तस्त्रिविधं शृणु प्रोच्यमानमशेषेण पृथक्त्वेन धनञ्जय. Oh Dhananjay, I will tell you in detail of three different kinds of understanding and determination according to three modes of material nature. Okay, so three kinds of understanding and determination. So let us dive right into it. Intelligence and knowledge. Pravritim cha nivritim cha karya karya bhaya abhaye baddham moksham cha ya veti buddhim cha partha satvika. That understanding by which one knows what ought to be done and what not ought to be done, what is to be feared and what not to be feared, what is binding and what is liberating, is in the mode of goodness. Wow. So three things: what is binding, what is not binding, what to be feared, what to not be, what should be done and what should not be done, is knowledge in mode of goodness. Ya ya dharmam adharmam cha karyam cha karvam eva cha yatavat prajnati buddhi sa partha rajasi. That understanding which cannot distinguish between religion or irreligion, between try understand. Oh Arjuna, religion, irreligion, between action should be done and action should not be done, is in the mode of passion. I will do it, just do it. I want to do it. Adharmam dharmam iti ya manyate tamasavritā sarvartam vipritam cha buddhi sa partha tamasi. That understanding which considers a religion to be religion and religion to be religion under the spell of illusion and darkness and strives always in wrong direction, is to be mode of ignorance. Yeah. Determination of three, and then we'll see happiness in three modes. धृतीयाया धार्यते मन प्राणेन्द्रिय क्रिया योगेन अव्यभिचारिण्या धृति सा पार्थ सात्विकी. That determination which is unbroken and which is sustained with steadfastness by yoga practice, which controls the activities of the mind, life, and senses, is determination in the mode of goodness, Arjuna. And now listen, what is determination in passion? या या तु धर्म कामार्थं धृत्या धार्यते अर्जुना प्रसंगेन फलकांक्षी धृते सा पार्थ राजसी. And that determination by which one holds to the fruitive action in religion, economic and development and sense gratification, dharma artha kama moksha, is in the nature of passion. Determination in uh, mode of passion, O Arjuna. And now listen, what is determination in mode of ignorance? Yaya swapam bhayam shokam visadam madham evacha na vimuchati durmedha dhriti sapat tamasi. That determination by which one cannot go beyond dreaming, fearfulness, lamentation, moroseness, and illusion. Such foolish determination is in mode of darkness, Arjuna. So this is about determination, and let us see happiness in three modes of material nature. Sukham tavidanim trividam shrinu sa bharata risha abhyasadramate yatra dukkan bantnani gacchati. Now please listen, Arjuna, about the three kinds of happiness by which the conditioned soul enjoys, or by which sometimes he comes to end, sometimes comes to the end of all distress. They are also of three types. Please hear carefully. Yattad agre visham eva pariname amrito mam tatsukam satvikam proktam atma buddhi prasadajam. That which in the beginning may be like poison, but at the end is just like nectar, O Arjuna, and which awakens one to self realization, is said to be happiness in the mode of goodness. Understand that happiness does not come easily, and one should be working hard, but only by practicing for a long time, because this pleasure is not derived from external sense object, it comes from within, Arjuna. That happiness comes from giving up the sense of object, for the happiness of the soul is covered by tendency for sense gratification. Oh Krishna, why is happiness is goodness like poison? Why do you call that this is poisonous in the beginning? Oh Arjuna, in the beginning, one has to control the senses and the mind, which is very painful. That is why one must go through the misery of controlling the mind. But later, he attains the continuous flow of nectar called samadhi. Try understand this. I hope that's clear. And now listen, that happiness in the mode of passion. Visha indriya samyoga dhyattat agre amritopmam pariname visham eva tatsukam rajasam samritam. However, that happiness which is derived by contact of senses with the object of senses, which may appear like nectar in the beginning, but poison at the end, is said to be happiness in the mode of passion. What is nectar? What is this nectar in passion? Yeah, it is generally understood to be having illicit sex. Oh, really? Yeah, illicit sex in the beginning may be looking good, but at the end it drives us to uh, depression, suicide, etc., etc. Arjuna, understand that is happiness in the mode of passion. Oh Krishna, then what is happiness in mode of ignorance? What happens? How can we identify this kind of happiness? Yadagre chanubande cha sukam mohanam atmana nidra alasa pramodatam tattamasam udaritam. Arjuna, that happiness which is blind to self-realization, which is delusion from beginning to end, and which arises from sleep, laziness, illusion, is said to be said to be happiness in mode of ignorance. Oh, Krishna, is that a place in this world where we can find beings that are not affected by these three modes of material nature? Is there anywhere one can be free from the three modes of material natures? Arjuna, understand, there is there is no being existing either here or amongst demigods in the higher planets which is freed from the three modes of material nature. Na tad asti पृथिव्यां वा दिवि देवेषु वा पुनः सत्वं प्रकृतिं जैर्मुक्तं यत् एवे सयत्रिभिर्गुणा. There is no being existing either here or among the demigods in the higher planets which is freed from these three modes of material nature, Arjuna. So understand, try, take up the process of Krishna consciousness, the divine knowledge, and transcend the three modes of material nature. Purify by performing the prescribed duties of Varnashrama. Set a good example. Give people a chance to purify the mind. Cheto Darpan Marjanam. Slok 1 to 44 and subsection 45, 46, 47, and 48. So let us right away dive into that. The four social orders, varnas, and their qualities are being mentioned in Slok 41, 42, 43, and 44. Brahmana Kshatriya Visham Sudranam Cha Param Tapa Karmani Pravi Bhaktani Swabhavam Prabhaver Guna. Modes, Arjuna. Their nature are there from birth and cultivate by education. Understand this. Who is a Brahmana? Samodama tapa saucham shantirarjavam evacha jnana vijnanastikam brahma karma savavajam. Listen, the about Kshatriyas. शौर्यं तेजो धृति दक्ष्यं युद्धे चाप्यमाला अपलायनं दानम् ईश्वर भावश्च शत्रं कर्म स्वभावजम्. The natural qualities of work of Kshatriya are heroism, power, determination, resourcefulness, courage, and generosity. That is Kshatriya. And listen about the merchants, the Vaishyas, and the Shudras. Be the cause of knowledge. Oh, Arjuna, I will tell you how it leads to knowledge. Because it leads to purification and thereby it leads to knowledge. Sway, sway, karmani, abhirata. संसिद्धिं लभते नरः स्वकर्मा निरता सिद्धिं एताभिदन्ति तक्षिणो. We should understand that we, with living entities, are meant to serve. Serving is our duty. Karmani vadhikarasti. We pray every day to Tulsi Maharani. Seva adhikara diye karo nija dasi. Enjoying is not our prescribed duty. Enjoying is the prescribed duty of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. That is Krishna, for Krishna, and for living entity, one should serve. Service, 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 das, 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 dasanudas. That is the nature of a living entity. We should not give up that mood of service and try to become an enjoyer. Never ever. यथा प्रवृत्ति भूतानाम येना सर्वम इदम ततम स्वकर्मणा तत् अभ्यचार्य सिद्धिं विद्धन्ति मानवा. As the fibers in the lotus stem, the threads of the knowledge are in the prescribed duties, providing worship, providing one worships the Lord by those duties. This means he performs his duties and offers his work to the Lord within his mind. My dear Lord, be pleased by these activities. The Lord is thus pleased by the work itself, which is worship. In this way, a man can obtain perfection by performing his work in the mood of servant of Supreme Personality of Godhead, whether it is Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, or Sudra. Oh Krishna, what is the situation of one who is trained in one duty but has inclination to work in another's duty? Duty of the soul is to serve, and duty of the super soul or God is to enjoy. One should not change the situation, otherwise, it will be very dangerous. The soul can never be an enjoyer. Servant cannot be an enjoyer. Shreyan swadharma viguna paradharma swa anustita swabhava niyatam karma kurvam napnoti kilbisham. It is better, Arjuna, it is better to engage in one's occupation. A soul should think he is a servant and act as a servant, whether it's Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, even though one may perform it imperfectly, rather than accepting another's occupation, that is God's occupation, that is to enjoy, and perform it perfectly. The duties prescribed according to one's nature are never affected by sinful reactions. One should perform activities of one's nature even if the activities is superficially inferior. Oh Krishna, but Kshatriyas are passionate, Krishna. Shouldn't I engage in superior activities of a Brahmana? What is wrong with that? Certainly I will be elevated by doing so. Sahajam karma kaunteya sadoshamapi natyajay sarvarambhi doshena dhumena agnireva vrita. Do not think that only by prescribed duty. Do not think that only by prescribed duties. Only prescribed duties have defects. Oh Arjuna, all duties have defects. Even fire is covered by smoke. Not only the prescribed duties of a Kshatriya have defects, but the work of Brahmana also has defect. One should do one's work simply because it is prescribed. All activities are in the modes of material nature, so there will be some fault, but one should not worry about that. Oh Krishna, what about one who is deficient in Vasudev? How does he progress in God realization? Oh, you want to know how a person without defect or one is purifying his existence? Brahmana platform, confidential knowledge, I will be giving that. That's a perfect stage, Arjuna, perfect stage of sannyas and process of attaining Brahman, spiritual happiness. From Brahma Buddha stage to Bhakti, only one one can get by knowing Krishna and attain the his abode. Wow, beautiful, 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 beautiful. आसक्तो बुद्धि सर्वत्र जितात्मा विगत स्पृहा नैष्कर्म्य सिद्धिं परमं संन्यासेन अधिगच्छति. There are two stages of renunciation, O Partha. The first is when one works but gives up the fruits of that work along with the concept of being the doer. Gradually, by performing Nishkam Karma, he becomes situated in detachment. Eventually, he gives up the work itself. Then comes the second stage. The second stage of sannyas and is called the path of knowledge or Gyan Marg. On this mark, he has controlled his senses and he has no desire of material enjoyment, even up to Brahma Loka. Therefore, he renounces all works and attains the perfection of sannyas. In this situation, his detachment becomes more perfect. Such a person does not even bother for bodily maintenance. Thus, he is free from material defects. Oh Krishna, maybe he is freed from defects, but uh, he has attained the Brahman platform. So, what is good about this? Arjuna, सिद्धिं प्राप्तो यथा ब्रह्म तथाप्नोति निबोध मे समासेन एव कौन्तेय निस्तागान्यस्य परा. O son of Kunti, learn from me how one who has attained the stage of renunciation can attain the perfectional stage Brahman by following the path of inactive stage. Yamya cha making me your goal. Do not have material goals. Perform your duties without ego of being the doer. In your mind, make me the object of your work and remember me in all time, place, and circumstances. But if you do not listen because of your pride, and then you will be lost. Oh Krishna, it is a fact that I am a Kshatriya and I am not fighting against anyone. I am fighting against myself. I am fighting against myself. Krishna, little angry and raised right. If you are a Kshatriya, must be religious and should fear killing his Guru and Brahmanas, and you decide not to fight, then I say your decision is useless. People will criticize you and mock you for not fighting, and then you will fight anyway, and I will laugh at you. स्वभावजेन कौन्तेय निबद्धा स्वेन कर्मणा कर्तुं नेच्छसि यन्मोहात् करिष्यसि अवसापि तत्. If you don't listen to my words, my Maya will assume the form of Rajagun and make you fight nonetheless. You have your own nature from previous samskaras, and you will be forced to act just like a puppet. Oh Krishna. But I know that. I know that, Krishna. I know that. Then surrender unto me. Just surrender to me. ईश्वर सर्वभूतानां हृदय देश अर्जुन तिष्ठति भ्राम्यान् सर्वभूतानि यन्त्ररूढानि मायया. Oh Arjuna, if you think that you're a great scholar, you should know that the super soul is in the heart of every living being, from Brahma to insect, and the Lord rotates their bodies. According to that karma, each has a separate body made of Maya, and the soul is riding on this mission. The Lord rotates them. He is like a puppeteer. The Lord is like a puppeteer, and he makes his puppets soul to move. Oh, Shaun of Bharata Rishabh, he is inside you as the super soul. Ultimately, you are under his control. So surrender unto him utterly. Let him guide you. By his grace, you will attain transcendental peace and supreme eternal abode. तामेव शरणं गच्छ सर्वभावेन भारत तत्प्रसादात् परं शान्तिं स्थानं प्राप्स्यसि शाश्वतम्. Take shelter of the super soul with your mind, body, and words. Become completely free from all miseries. Oh, hey Partha, you should know the super soul is also me, your friend. I have told you to surrender to you if, as if someone else, but you have already understood that I am super soul. So become situated in my instruction and act and act and act and act and act and act. इति ते ज्ञानम् आख्यातं गुह्यतरं मया विमृश्य तदशेषेण यत्ते चसि tat kuru. Thus I will end my teachings. Now I have explained to you knowledge about karma, jnana, and yoga. This is the most secret of knowledge has not been revealed in all writings of Vasishtha and Badrayana. Even the sages do not completely understand this. It's so confidential that I have not given it to them, but I have given it to you. So you deliberate on it fully and then do what you wish to do. Yata ichchasi tat kuru. Narrator. Lord Krishna observed Arjun's silence as Arjun was deliberating on the meaning of his instruction. Thus, Lord Krishna becomes compassionate and his heart melted like butter. And he pointed to his dear friend Arjuna and spoke. सर्वगुह्यतमं भूया शृणु मे परमं वचा इष्टो अस्मि मे दृढम् इति ततो वक्ष्यामि ते हितम्. Because you are my very dear friend, I will speak the essence of all I have spoken in the 8 verses. This is my supreme most confidential knowledge of all. This is for you. Therefore, you should act upon it. 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 Manmanabho madbhakto madhyaji mam namaskaru mameva sasi satyam te pratijane priyasi me. First of all, think about me. Become my devotee. Worship me and offer your homages to me. In this way, you will give your you in this way you give your senses to me, and since the mind is the king of senses, you think of me and rest will follow. Perform kirtan, hear about me, take darshan of my deity, offer chandan, umbrella, chamar, engage all your senses in rendering service to me, offer incenses, flower, jiti, bhoga, become my pujari. And if you cannot do even you cannot nothing else, just offer obeisance to me, either ashtanga or panchanga obeisances. But and if devotion is there in any activity, it will be pleasing. Out of these 4, do all of them or at least one of them, and you will attain me. Oh, if you offer this to me, then what will I give it to you? I will give my very self to you, my very self to you, my very self to you, and not to anyone else. I promise you. So please do not have any doubt, any doubts, Arjuna. Oh Krishna, people from Mathura always are promising this and that, and in the every sentence they speak, I cannot really believe you because you are also from Mathura. Krishna, I cannot believe you really, people of Mathura. Arjuna, I am raising my hands and taking an oath. Arjuna, I declare that you are very dear to me, even though people from Mathura tell lies and cheat. They never cheat those they love. You are not dear to me, but most dear to me. So have no doubt, one who loves me wins my reciprocation in the same manner. I will not be able to tolerate separation from you. I have to bring you back to me. So believe my words that you will definitely come to me. Definitely come to me. Oh Krishna, you have said so many things thinking of me and be my devotee, worship me. Make it simple, make it simple, make it simple. Krishna, just tell one thing, just tell one thing, just tell one thing, just tell one thing, just tell. Sarva dharman parityaja mamekam sharanam brajam tam sarva babebhyo moshashami masucha. Just abandon all varieties of religion and simply surrender unto me. With this one thing, Arjuna, I shall deliver you from all sinful reaction. Do not fear, do not fear, do not fear, do not fear. Oh Krishna, give up all varieties of action. How is that? Oh Arjuna, yes, give up all religious obligations like Varna and Ashram. Take full shelter of me alone. I know that you are not ready to take sannyas. So keep your duties and surrender the fruits. One should engage in one's duties until one becomes very attached to hearing my pastimes, knowing the strength and so-called defects of my instruction and seeing them in perspective. One can act properly. Previously, I have said that you are not qualified to become my unalloyed devotee, and I instructed you in Nishkam Karma Yoga, like Yat Karoshi, Yat Ashnashi. That was Karma Mishra Bhakti. But now my heart is overflowing with mercy. Oh, no, out of compassion, I have blessed you. I have made you qualified for unallowed devotional service. These can be obtained only by my mercy or by the mercy of my pure devotees. So I have broken this rule and I am granting you this to you directly myself, directly myself, directly myself. Do not think that you will incur sins by not performing your daily and occasional duties. The Vedas have said to do this, but I spoke that in the Vedas, and I am asking you to renounce them. So if you perform your conventional duties now and disrespect my word, that will be sinful, that will be sinful, that will be sinful. Oh Arjuna, oh, oh Krishna, if I surrender to you, ignoring the established morality and all commitments, then should I not worry? You are the Lord, and if you desire is to engage me in religious activity, what will be my faith? What will be my faith? Arjuna, I will save you from harmful reactions in the past, present, and future. I have all the power and I have all the responsibility to deliver you from sin of neglecting your prescribed duties. Do not minimize my power. I am making you the object of instruction to the humanity by speaking to you. Do not worry about your destination. The entire universe can give up all their activities and engage happily in my devotional service. The responsibility of that sins is in mine. The responsibility of bringing them to me is also mine, as is the responsibility of maintaining their body, as I have said before. And again I say, Arjuna, you should not lament that. The Lord has taken this responsibility, and it is a burden for him. It is not burden for me, for I am Satya Sankalpa. My desire is truth. My desire is truth. Oh Krishna, oh Krishna, should I keep this knowledge hidden or should I tell to others? Oh Arjuna, idam te na tapakshya na bhaktya kadachana cha ashushrushave vachyam na cha mamyo abhyasuyate. This confidential knowledge should never be given to and explained to those who are not austere, devoted, or engaged in devotional service, nor to one who is envious of me. Oh Krishna, then whom should one explain this knowledge to? Ya idam paramam guhyam madbhakteshu abhidashate bhakti may paramam kritva mame vashyatya samsaya. One should explain this supreme secret only to the devotees, and if one does that, then the pure devotional is guaranteed to him, and at the end he will come back to me, come back to me, come back to me. Nacha tashmad manisheshu kashinme priyakritama bhavita nacha me tashmad anya priyataro bhuvi. There is no servant in this world, O Arjuna, more dear to me than he, or nor will there ever be one more dear, Arjuna. Adhyeshyate chaye mam dharmyam samsvadam avayo jnana yajnena tenaham ishtasham iti mati. I declare that he who studies this sacred conversation of ours worships me by his intelligence. Oh Krishna, what happens to such a person? Arjuna, you want to know what will happen to such a person? I will tell you. Shraddhavan anashuyascha sunya shinuyad api na nara so api mukta sulabaloka prapnuyat punya karmana. He who listens with faith and without envy becomes free from sinful reaction and attain the auspicious planet where these pious dwell like Dhruvaloka. कश्चिद् एतत् श्रुतं पार्थ त्वया एक अग्रेण चेतसा कश्चिद् अजान सम्मोहा प्राणास्तास्ते Dhananjaya. O son of Pritha, O counter of wealth, Dhananjaya, have you heard this with attentive mind? Are your ignorance and illusion now dispelled? If not, then I will begin telling them once again right from the beginning. Arjuna vacha nashtamoha smriti labdva tava prasadamaya achuta sito asmi gata sande karishyashi vachanam tava. My dear Krishna, O infallible one, my illusion is gone. I have regained my memory by your mercy and understanding things as they are. What more can I ask from you? I have given up everything and I am ready to act according to your order. I have no anxiety. I have complete faith in you. I will now follow you. I will now follow only your order as my dharma, not as an official duty by Varna. Previously, I was confused about that has been removed, but that has been removed by hearing your instruction. Now I understand that there is Supreme Lord with transcendental and beautiful form, bliss, full of bliss and knowledge, and he is the supreme controller and the friend of his devotees, and by his will he creates the material world. He is so merciful that he can give his devotees anything, even his very self. This knowledge, with this knowledge I have gained, and this knowledge I have gained, and now I submit to you because I have understood that you are that supreme one. I am a soul surrendered unto you now, and I am ready to assist you in your mission of removing the burden of the world, of this earth, of this planet, of this planet. Iti Sanjaya Vacha Iti Ham Vasudevasya Partasya Cha Mahatmana Samvadam Imam Asrausham Adbhutam Romaharshanam. Sanjaya says, saying this, Arjuna stood up with his Gandiv bow in his hand, ready to fight. And thus I have heard the conversation between two great souls, Krishna and Arjuna. And so wonderful is that message that my hair is standing on the end. And I was given this mystic vision and ears to hear the most confidential talk by the mercy of my Gurudeva Vasudev Vedavyasa. I heard it directly from Krishna himself, not in any suggestion. Vyasa prasada shrutatvan etadviham aham param yogam yogashvarat Krishna shakshat katayata swayam. Thus I am so fortunate, hey Rajan, hey Dhritarashtra, as I repeatedly recall this wondrous and the holy dialogue between Krishna and Arjuna. I take pleasure being thrilled in every moment, every moment, every moment, every moment. Rajan smritya sambadam evam adbhutam Keshava Arjuna yo punyam Hrishyami cha murmuhu. As I remember the universal form of the Lord Krishna, I'm struck with wonder more and more and rejoice again, again and again. Hey Sanjay, is there any hope for my sons Duryodhan to win and gain victory? Give up all attachment or hopes for your sons because Krishna has all the supreme qualities. He is the supreme controller. Taksham smrita samsrita rupam iti adbhutam vishmayo me maharajan hirishami punha punha. He is standing with Arjuna and he is willing to take the reins of Arjuna's charity. And Dhanurdhar, Arjun is a pure devotee, an incarnation of Nara. Arjun's arrow from the Gandhi cannot be counteracted. These two are both on the side of Yudhishthir, and they will have the victory. They will have the victory. They will have the victory. Yatra Yogeshwara Krishna, Yatra Partha Dhanurdhara, Tatra Shri Vijayo Bhuti Dhruvaniti Matir Mama. So, thus, O King Dhritarashtra, forget that your sons will win. Because where there is Arjun and where there is Krishna, there is victory and opulence. That is my opinion. So in this way, 18 days, 18 sessions, Bhagavad Gita, we conclude with the understanding that yes, Arjuna was demotivated. Arjuna, being a devotee, was not happy. Arjuna was not happy because he had one plan, and that plan was not in tune with Krishna's plan. And that is why in our life we also are unhappy. We have a plan, and our plan is not in tune with Krishna's plan. And for Arjuna, Krishna was the guru and he could fine tune Arjuna's plans. And now Arjuna's plan is in tune with Krishna's plan. That's why he is again happy. Similarly, for us to be happy, every individual soul is 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 part and parcel of Krishna, and Krishna has planned for every individual soul how he can serve and give joy to Krishna. So we have to understand Krishna's plan. Our plans at present is not tuned to Krishna's plan, and that's why we are facing misery. Let us take up the process of Krishna consciousness, surrender to a spiritual master, and follow his instruction. Our plans will be fine tuned, and our plans will be in tune with Krishna's plan, and we will be happy, and thus be a great devotee and make others devotee. Be happy and make others happy. Please Srila Prabhupada by reading his books and distributing his books, and thus we bring glories to Srila Prabhupada and thus making our life successful. With this sweet note, we will come to a conclusion. Thank you very much for being with us and giving your valuable time. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Surrender to Krishna, understand his plan, be fine tuned with Krishna, make your life successful, happy.